What is going on, my Houston Texans family? There is a lot of confidence and trust in this offensive line, and it's starting to rub off on me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Based off of what I heard on Monday from head coach DeMeco Ryans and general manager Nick Caserio, what I'm talking about is on Monday, the Houston Texans had an event for season ticket members, and this year, me and Harley, the lead, are season ticket members. So speaking on that, anything this team shows me, I will show you guys. There will be 100% transparency. So I'm going to let you know right now, the Houston Texans are in conversations about a new jersey. This rivalry week that the NFL is doing, the Texans will be a part of, I believe, in 2026. So there is a new jersey on the way. Apparently, it's Houston themed, which makes me wonder, because when you go look at the schedule, the last game of the season at home, it says Space City. So I wonder if they're going to tease something. But I am excited for new threads. I hope we get a dope-ass Houston-inspired helmet. But what makes this State of the Texans event so special is that fans get to ask general manager Nick Caserio and head coach DeMeco Ryans a question. I myself was able to ask DeMeco and Nick a question, right? They set up 3 mics, they make you wait in a line, and they try to get to as many questions as possible. Now, my question was about the draft process, was about selecting 2 wide receivers in back-to-back rounds from the same college in Iowa State. And I'm talking about Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. But the main question that was being asked, and it started off as the very first question, was the offensive line. And this is where I shout out the fans, man, because first of all, shout out to Houston. Shout out to Kyle and Hannah McNair to have your coach and your GM in front of the fans is ballsy. I absolutely loved it. So the first question came from this sweet old lady who was swarming. She asked about the offensive line, and I think her first few words she said, CJ was running from his life, for his life. Now that got a reaction from the crowd. I mean, it's the first question. You see DeMeco pop a smile. You see GM Nick Caserio pop a smile. The balls on this old lady. But that was the first O-line question. It definitely wasn't the last. There was about 10 questions about the offensive line. I think outside of my draft question, there was maybe 3 other questions about the team. The rest were about the offensive line, were about protecting quarterback CJ Stroud, which is what I love to hear, because that tells me that the fans see the same thing that I'm seeing. The sense of urgency is at an all-time high when it comes to protecting the man behind me. Look, he needs to be protected. That's why I put the dragon dagger right there on his chain. But the fan base, it was clear last night that the offensive line is their biggest concern. And what I loved was that general manager Nick Caserio and DeMeco Ryans were honest. First of all, I don't think I've done this, but my name is Ruben Calvo. This is the 713 Houston Sportcast, where I drop daily Houston Texans content. Please make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. Like I said, I am a season ticket member, so whatever they show me, I will show you. I'm excited for these new jerseys. But moving to, our point of the video, DeMeco Ryans and Nick Caserio were saying the same thing. This offensive line is going to be better. It's going to be better than what people think. I think DeMeco Ryans has earned that trust, and I think Nick Caserio has earned that trust as well. I mean, back-to-back 10-win seasons, back-to-back division titles, back-to-back dominant wins at home, and you get your franchise quarterback. How can I not trust the people in charge in the front office? Now, I'm still concerned. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to come out here tomorrow like I've been the previous years and saying that the Texans are going to have a top 10 offensive line. But the bar is low, boys. CJ Stroud, where is he going to go? I mean, it's only up, right? Because he was the second most sacked quarterback in the NFL. any type of improvement is improvement, really. So I wonder who the starting offensive line is week 1, because I still don't know. Like, I don't even know if a starter is even on this team. What I mean by that is we know what happens during training camp, during the preseason. Surprise cuts. Cuts to save money. Cuts that were made because a younger player just showed out. But I don't know who the starting week 1 O-line is going to be. I can give you a guess. I think it's going to be Cam Robinson, Titus Howard, Jared Patterson, Laken Tomlinson, Blake Fisher. I'm sorry, Drew Scruggs at center instead of Jared Patterson. My other one, if the rookie is him, maybe you see him at right tackle, Blake Fisher at right guard, Titus Howard at left guard, Drew Scruggs at center, Cam Robinson at left tackle. There's many options, ladies and gentlemen, but I just don't know. But one thing that I love is that the man who's guiding the ship, the men who are guiding the ship, are confident in this unit. Now, you look at what the offensive line had last year. A Pro Bowl left tackle who could only pass protect, didn't give you anything in the run, was a walk-in first start. You had an offensive line coach that had 1 foot in, 1 foot out the door in Chris Strausser. You had Bobby Slowick just collapsing in himself, and we saw the offense be god-awful. You have a new OC in Nick Caley coming from the Los Angeles Rams, coming from the New England Patriots. You see a new O-line coach in Cole Popovich getting the promotion. You see his resume, spent time with New England, knows Nick Caley. They know each other. And you see just veterans brought in. Cam Robinson, Trent Brown, Laken Tomlinson, Ed Ingram. You drafted Ariante Ursery. The Texans did their job in terms of bringing pieces to try to put together this puzzle. If it works, I will never question this team ever again. Because if this works, and if this O-line is, let's say it's number 17, it's 16. This is going to be a real dangerous Houston Texan offense. Ladies and gentlemen, it sounds like General Manager Nick Caserio and Head Coach D'Amico Ryans are confident in this offensive line. But what say you? For more Houston Texans content, you guys know what to do. Feel free and follow me for more. Go Houston. Te amo. Have a very best day.